1204 1 primary voltage cable. A. From overhead distribution circuits. Primary voltage cables from CPS Energy's overhead distribution circuit to the primary terminals of the pad mount transformer will be furnished and installed by CPS Energy. CPS Energy will install a riser pole, or use an existing pole, for the purpose of making the transition from the overhead circuit conductors to underground cable to supply the pad mount transformer. B. From underground distribution systems. Primary voltage cables from an underground distribution circuit to the primary terminals of the transformer will be furnished and installed by CPS Energy. Customers shall coordinate with the CPS Energy customer service representative to determine service availability options from existing underground distribution systems. 1204 2 primary trench and conduit. The primary voltage cables shall be installed in conduits from the riser pole or other source up to the transformer slab. Customer shall install the trench and conduit in accordance with the standards outlined in this section and other drawings/specifications issued by CPS Energy for single-phase pad mount service installations. The conduits shall be continuous except for watertight couplings and shall be left clean with both ends plugged. Customer shall be responsible for furnishing all materials required for the installation of the trench and conduit. A. Number of conduits. The standard trench and conduit installation for a radial or loop feed to a single-phase pad mount transformer shall consist of 2 3-inch conduits unless otherwise instructed by the CPS Energy customer service representative. B. Routing and separation from other utilities. The customer will submit a proposed trench route and length for review and approval by CPS Energy. The trench proposal shall be a non-joint trench. The trench and conduit may not be installed under any permanent structure or building. In addition, the conduit must have a minimum of 12 inches of vertical separation from any other underground utility and 36 inches of horizontal separation. Note: this does not preclude the customer from meeting all other utilities clearance requirements, such as water, gas, telecommunications, etc. C. Trench length. The minimum distance between riser pole and closest edge of transformer slab is 15 feet. The maximum trench length will be limited by the primary cable pulling tensions and will be determined by the CPS Energy customer service representative. If a proposed trench and conduit length would result in the maximum allowable cable pulling tensions being exceeded, then the trench and conduit length will have to be reduced, or one or more pull boxes will be required. D. Approved conduit types. The standard installation for underground conduits shall consist of PVC conduits, Schedule 40 or Schedule 80, rated for 90 degrees Celsius temperature, listed for above ground and underground use. The elbows at the riser pole shall be Schedule 80 and they shall be equipped with unthreaded PVC female adapters. CPS Energy may require that rigid metal conduit, RMC, or intermediate metal conduit, IMC, elbows be installed by the customer at the riser pole. Note 1. Where additional protection is deemed necessary by CPS Energy, Schedule 80 PVC and or concrete encasement may be required for entire installation. E. Installation. A typical trench and conduit installation shall consist of PVC conduits arranged horizontally at the bottom of the trench. In addition, trench and conduit installations shall meet the provisions of 1 through 4 below. 1. Trench shall be of adequate depth and width to accommodate the specified conduits while maintaining a minimum of 30 inches of cover from final grade on private property and a minimum of 36 inches of cover in public row or as directed by other AHJs such as TXDOT. 2. All joints and couplings shall be watertight. 3. All conduits shall be left clean with both ends appropriately plugged in preparation for cable pulling. Customer shall provide a pull string in conduit, S. 4. Customer shall align the elbows with the CPS Energy conduit bracket at riser pole and connect the conduits to the CPS Energy riser conduits. Note: typically, CPS Energy will install the riser pole prior to the installation of customer's trench and conduit to allow for proper alignment and coupling to CPS Energy's riser conduits. To facilitate the alignment, CPS Energy will install a conduit bracket on its pole 2 feet from finished grade, plus install a temporary 2-foot length of PVC conduits. Customer shall not disturb the CPS Energy riser conduits except as necessary to align their conduit elbows to the CPS Energy conduits. Customer shall not alter the position of the conduit brackets on the pole. F. Directional boring. Primary conduits may be installed via directional boring with prior approval by CPS Energy. Boring depths shall ensure that minimum cover and separation requirements specified by CPS Energy's job sketch are maintained. A CPS Energy inspector shall inspect the endpoints of the bore prior to conduits being extended and connected to riser conduits and transformer or pull box slab. G. Manholes and pull boxes. Manholes and or pull boxes may be required to be installed by customer as part of the primary trench and conduit installation. 1. Materials and design of manholes and their covers shall be in accordance with CPS Energy specifications, which will be provided by the CPS Energy customer service representative. Manholes and their covers must be inspected and approved by CPS Energy prior to and after their installation. 2. Pull boxes may be required to be installed by customer as part of the primary trench and conduit installation. Customer shall install precast concrete slabs, provided by CPS Energy, for the installation of any required pull boxes. Pull box slabs shall be installed in accordance with CPS Energy specifications, which will be provided by the CPS Energy customer service representative. The pull box slab installations must be inspected and approved by CPS Energy prior to and after their installation. H. Backfill provisions. Materials used to backfill the trench shall be clean and free of sharp objects. Customer shall be responsible for backfilling trench in accordance with CPS Energy specifications and or all other, AHJ, requirements. Exception. Trench and conduit installations under streets or other drivable areas shall be backfilled with flowable fill to within 6 inches of final pavement surface. I. Inspections. A CPS Energy inspector shall inspect and approve all primary trench and conduit installations before the trench is backfilled. The City of San Antonio, COSA, or other AHJ inspectors do not make these inspections for CPS Energy. To schedule an inspection, customer may contact the CPS Energy customer service representative or refer to helpful numbers listed on the inside front cover page. Note 1. CPS Energy may require customer to remove any or all of the backfill if an inspection was not performed prior to backfilling. Note 2. CPS Energy may require customer to remove or reinstall any CPS Energy facilities if an inspection were not performed as required or if the installation is not in accordance with CPS Energy's specifications.